Coming to you live from the rinks in Oppog, you're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Last game of the night here on the South Rink. Just finished up. Matchup between Sachem and Smithtown Oppog JV Red. Sachem sit one spot back of Connetquot Sayville, who are in action in this one against St. Anthony JV Black for the final playoff spot. Connetquot Sayville rooting for Smithtown Oppog in that last one, and it was Smithtown Oppog who were victorious over Sachem 3-1. Smithtown Oppog now sit just a point back of first place St. Anthony JV Black, and this would be a playoff matchup if the playoff started tonight. Of course, we're just a little over halfway through the JV season, so plenty of time left to let things settle out. But if Connetquot Sayville can even just muster so much as a point, that'll put them 2 ahead of Sachem. And that game in hand that Sachem have on Connetquot Sayville, momentarily they have the same amount of games played. But as soon as this one ends, Connetquot Sayville will once again have one more game played than Sachem. And St. Anne's with a win put themselves 3 points clear of second place Smithtown Oppog JV Red. 12-1 record for St. Anthony JV Black. Coming into tonight's game, they have rolled this year. Other than a uncharacteristic 7-1 loss to East Islip back on November the 12th, it's been nothing but victories. Riding a 4-game winning streak. They beat their in-school team, St. Anthony JV Gold, 2-1 back on December the 1st, a game that was really showcasing the great goaltending that St. Anthony have to offer in the form of Brandon Huber. Urso as well. His goaltending mate currently injured, it says. Urso 4-1 record with a 2.39 goals against average. Huber a 1.43 goals against average in his 7 starts. But it appears Urso is not injured. Matter of fact, he is going to be the starting goaltender tonight for St. Anne's, making his 6th start of the year for the black and gold, wearing their home primary white jerseys. It appears the Friars will be without Alec Giacoppi, their 3rd leading scorer, listed as suspended. 16 points in 12 games played for Giacoppi. And Andrew Savalos also listed as injured, but not sure how accurate that is, although we did not see Savalos representing JV Black at the All-Star game. So we look set to get underway. Connetquot Sayville, they have the JV League leading scorer in Max Goldstein, 25 goals in 10 games played for Goldstein. He's been outstanding this year. And a quick start for the Friars. Just 9 seconds in, they're on the board. And a goal scored by number 29. That's their leading scorer, Nick Lawler. His 10th of the year, and wasting no time doing so, beating John Higgins for the goal. I got the banner up. I just get it down in time for the goal. Hope you were in your seats, folks. Blink and you missed it. Friars ahead 1-0 on CSY. Lawler's 10th from Healy at 14:51. And then Beating his way in is Sayville. Injured no more as well. So the two players listed as injured for St. Anthony JV Black, they are fully healthy and in the lineup tonight as they possess in the offensive zone. Quick passing around the horn. Lawler, another shot toward the front of the net, blocked down in front by his teammate. That being Liam Healy, who assisted the goal. Around for Sayville. Attempting to get the puck out, unable to do so was Proscia. Lawler drops it, trying to keep at the line, but the puck forced out. Good play by Connetquot Sayville, as unable to hold in that one was Michael Rainey. Here's a shot from Quinlan Riley, and getting a piece was Urso. Back the other way, puck sent in on the cross corner dump. Laurel and Goldstein in behind. Laurel takes the puck, now puts it in the feet of Goldstein. Max Goldstein coming over to play for the T-Birds from Southampton's freshman team a year ago. Nudges one on for Proscia. Proscia, far circle. All in his lonesome. Centers it, gets it over to Kuleber. Kuleber turns, shoots, blocked. Looked like it went off of Aiden Pape. Pape, 88, gets the puck in the near corner. These two teams faced each other earlier this year. It was a 13-2 victory for the team wearing black and gold, St. Anthony JV Black. Rolls in behind for Aspromonte. Aspromonte lost it. Here's Kuleber through center for the T-Bird. Check from behind by Aspromonte. And Aspromonte gets a hold of the loose puck. Milo Mazie, second on the T-Birds in scoring, has the puck. Here's Proscia. My apologies, as I was referring to Dylan Priolo as Proscia earlier. And Giacoppi not suspended. He's on the ice. So all the flag players for JV Black are in this game here tonight. Gotta refresh the system here. T-Birds momentarily had the puck in the offensive zone. Right back out it comes. Rupert trying to go north with it. Lawler takes it in behind Higgins. On the backhand, Lawler around the horn. Coughed it up to Haggerty, took it right back. Lawler in the slot, rips it by Higgins for his second of the game, second of the period. In all, within the first 4 minutes of the game, Nicholas Lawler doubling the Friars' lead. It's 2-0. And just way too much time and space in the slot area between the circles in front of Higgins. 2-zip Friars, and that's the result that Sachem JV are looking for as they try to remain 1 point back of Connetquot Sayville for that final playoff spot. That shot fought off by Higgins, taken by Captain Aspromonte, or rather, that is 96, Robert Leno wearing the C. Here's Goldstein in with speed. Max Goldstein takes it in behind Urso, and Goldstein knocked off the puck by Rainey, who sends through to center, or Leno rather. Sayville. Shot goes off the defender and out of play. Looks like that was number 51 getting in the way of it. I don't have a 51 listed. Or 5. Might have been Scherer. Number 52 of CSY. Just over 4 minutes gone by in the hockey game. Offensive zone draw 1 by the Friars. Quick shot, left pad save made. Higgins rebound. Laurel to the far boards. And Proscia slides it through center. No icing called. Pape lost the puck. That's Priolo, not Proscia. Doing it again. Nasta holds in near point. Parola shoved from behind, and Giacoppi skates through center into the offensive zone. Alec Giacoppi cuts middle, takes a shot wide. In the near corner. Keeping things alive for the Friars, Ryan Welter. Stabbed at by Higgins. Welter collects on the back end, and another diving effort from Higgins. Force the puck into the near corner. Kuliber. Ahead to Quinlan Riley. Riley darts on in. Taken back by the Friars. Giacoppi. High slot glove save made. Higgins, and he holds on. With 9:44 left in the first period. Quick start for St. Anne's as they lead it 2-0. Face off to the right of Higgins. Another shot denied by the Thunderbird goaltender. And makes another save point blank on Sayville. Held in by Leno. Leno, one of the representees, along with Lawler and Michael Rainey for JV Black in the All-Star game. Kuliber and Maisie, as well as Giordano, as Maxwell. Goldstein got around a few. Eventually coughed the puck up. Lawler dangles, put it on a tee. Unable to get the shot through Leno. Activating from the blue line, Gianluca Trezera. Cuts middle, backhand shot by Sayville, steered away by Higgins. Aiden Pape, or pardon me, that's Healy. Taken away, Goldstein. Has Proscia cutting middle, but great back check provided by Trezera. And Leno skates it out from behind the Friar net. Across Sayville. Sayville. Inside, outside. Good defense. Provided that time by number 12, Nicholas Nasta. Goldstein with Pomodoro. Goldstein shot, missed the net. Try to get it off the ricochet, and covering up is Chris Urso. Face off to the left of Urso. Quinlan Riley was matched up in the face-off dot against Giacoppi, who won it for the Friars. Gathered in and cleared by Camastro. Giacoppi in with speed, shot off the stick of Nasta. And now sent through to center. Urso keeps play moving. Hands off to Michael Rainey. Out of the reach of Aspromonte. And Rainey intercepted by Nasta. That's to get it, Camastro. Camastro hits Aspromonte, joined by Giacoppi and Welter. Across, Welter and Giacoppi both looking for that pass and canceled each other out. Goldstein ahead, has Priolo. Goldstein shot from the high slot, glove by Urso, and he covers. .6:14 left first period. Goldstein to take the draw. Gathers, backhand shot blocked. Good play from Liam Healy. Goldstein poked it away from Healy, and it's thrown back into the offensive zone by Rupert. Rupert hustling to try to keep in near point. Forced the turnover pass. Sent ahead by Scherer. Listed as 52, wearing 51. Threw me off. Lawler. Deflects in, Scherer. Handed it right off to Savalos. And Savalos, momentum carried him out of the zone. Plays it across. Right back in comes Aiden Pape and the Friars. Rupert absorbing a check. Comes to the point. Nice move. And the pass in the skates of Lawler. Trying to set up Lawler was Trezera. Near corner. Savalos fighting off stick checks from Goldstein. Savalos hounded by Goldstein. Eventually Kuliber comes over and pokes it out of the zone. Good play from Kuliber. And now Priolo. Oh, after the loose puck, Priolo battling Trezera. Joined by Goldstein, but ultimately the Friars regain possession and Trezera skates out. Trezera on a cross, shot, scores! Liam Healy with the rip. Makes it 3-0 in favor of St. Anne's. So Lawler scored his 10th and 11th earlier in the period, and now Liam Healy has his 11th goal of the season. Healy's second point of the night as well. As the Friars ahead by 3. Friars varsity team was in action on the north rink as Proscia gets shoved down by Giacopi. Last I checked, had a 5-0 lead on KPC in what was KPC's senior night. A good block of the pass there from Nasta. Maisie dumped it in right off the neck of Leno. Proscia took it back, dumped it in. Giacopi poked away by Maisie. And Maisie off the boards and down ice. I'm going to say he was close enough to the red line, no icing. Quinlan Riley on the forecheck. Maisie. Keegan Riley can't keep in. Savalos, one-on-one. Nasta only T-Bird back. Savalos scores. Welcome back, Andrew Savalos. As the Friars' 4th goal of the night. It's 4-0. And Savalos scoring his 4th of the year, his 18th point. Second most on the team. And timeout has been called by Connetquot Sayville. Trying to prevent things from getting too far away from them. Already down by 4 goals. And it didn't take long to get things started. Just 9 seconds in, Lawler made it 1-0, and they haven't really slowed down since. The varsity team closed out that KPC game, winning it 5-1, improving to 13-2-1 in the process. St. Anthony JV Black looking to improve to 13-1. With the win tonight over Connetquot Sayville. Over on the North Ring, Sachem, who just defeated St. Anthony's varsity team 2 nights ago, set to do battle with Pat Med, who suffered a heartbreaking 3-1 loss to Ward Melville. Trying to get win number 1 of the year, Pat Med. As Nasta, who previously played for Pat Med, in their pipeline. Good breakup from Priolo. Priolo drags. Priolo now Goldstein. Shot it wide on the backhand. Back the other way come the Friars. Lawler carries in behind, puts one out toward the slot, open for Savalos. It's taken away, and Priolo chips it ahead, open for Kuliber. Too far for him, and pushed back up ice by Pape. Taken back by Nasta. Nasta cutting middle. Nasta takes it in behind. Backhands around, fought off by Savalos. Nasta shaken up. Goldstein unable to get control of the puck. It's Lawler. Lawler. Shot blocked by Nasta. Savalos pass intercepted by Kuliber. Kuliber flubbed the pass. It's back with Lawler. Lawler centers. Got to Sayville, save made, rebound, score. Lawler's got a hat trick here in the first period as it's 5-0 in favor of St. Anthony's. Lawler's 12th of the year. Savalos going to pick up an assist as he took that shot. Not much for Higgins to do. And the Friars with a 5 spot in the first period. Reminiscent of their first matchup of the season. A 13-2 victory for St. Anne's. St. Anne's had 4 in the first period of that one as they're hungry for more, and Higgins able to keep that one out. Priolo and Quinlan Riley, the lone goal scorers, back in that first game against the leaders of the JV division, St. Anthony's JV Black. Leno holds in near point. Aspromonte in the near corner, centers one across. Giacoppi was being checked by Ruppert. Pass from Healy. Can't connect. Aspromonte just floats it into an open area, cross corner. Ruppert trying to clear. Held in by Camastro, but poked to the neutral zone by Maisie. Maisie and Prosha give chase. But great defense and stick handling work from Welter. Turn right back the other way by Connetquot Sayville. Prosha had it, poked from him. Aspromonte. And now Welter. As time expires in the first. 5-0 in favor of the Friars. They get rolling early and put 5 past Higgins to lead it big after 15. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Second period coming up in just a moment. Welcome back here to the Rinks and Ophog, listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. As rocketing a shot in, and this one just took 10 seconds into the period. Friars lead 6-0. Looks like Camastro will get this one. Pardon me, it's Sayville. And it's Sayville's second of the night. Six-pack for St. Anne's early here in the second period. Flexing their muscles against Connetquot Sayville. Sayville's high riser, head butted away by Higgins. Keegan Riley finds his brother Quinlan. Pass for Goldstein. Off the mark, and Goldstein, well, he would have got there first. Suffolk County High School Hockey League rules dictate it's an icing. 14:24 left here in the middle period. Sayville from Lawler, and Nick Lawler has himself a 3-point night, 2 goals and an assist, or pardon me, a 4-point night, 3 goals and an assist for Lawler, 2 goals and an assist for Sayville. Healy trying to center. There's Lawler at the doorstep, denied by Higgins, and Nasta skates it out around Lawler, picking up speed into the offensive zone. Nasta gets around Pape. Nasta flipped it to the center, and Maisie defended well that time by Aiden Pape. Dumped in on goal, and Higgins will cover up. Minute and 20 seconds into period number 2. Liam Healy also has a goal and assist in the game, and Gianluca Trezera, the other Friar with a point, has an assist. Welter knocked off the puck by Nasta, who I think is having quite a game defensively. Turnover. Priolo is in. Priolo shot, and it's stopped by Urso. So Dylan Priolo, one of the scorers the last time these two teams faced off, gets a breakaway. Urso up to the task. Makes the stop. Keeps Connetquot Sayville off the board. Goldstein hunting the loose puck. Generates the turnover. It's in the feet of Haggerty. Goldstein tracks back to it, but the puck comes out. Aspromonte sent it across. Offside are the Friars, as the puck got poked off the stick of Leno. Two minutes gone by in this second period. If you haven't already, be sure, check us out on social media at LI Sports Network. Max Goldstein rumbles on in, a shot over the net. Haggerty tries to backhand it down the far boards. Instead, it's on the stick of Aspromonte. Goldstein back checks hard. Aspromonte checked by Proscia into the boards. Pape keeps the cycle going. Ruppert. Aspromonte goes down. Ruppert to the loose puck. Has Goldstein streaking across in the skates of Goldstein. Stick check. Gets the puck away. Sent it across for Haggerty. Broken up by the Friar defense. Giacopi's pass angles into the zone. Ruppert and Welter together in the far corner. Puck rolled around. Taken by Alec Giacopi. Challenged by Keegan Riley. Gets the shot off. Save made. Higgins rebound. He's down and out. Welter unable to center, and Higgins back into position. Proscia trying to lead Goldstein. On the loose puck, Aiden Pape. Now Welter's pass across. Blocked by Haggerty. Ruppert throws it around. Cut off by Michael Rainey. Haggerty's pass taken away by Rainey. Now Ruppert angles it into the zone. Onto the stick of Aiden Pape. Savalos. Savalos got around Keegan Riley, but was checked by Ruppert. And then Ruppert and Savalos trading stick checks as Savalos went into the Connetquot Sayville net. No calls for either side. Off the draw, shot wide from Lawler. Healy to the point. Nicholas Lawler. Shot along the ice, deflected, save made, and a quick whistle stops play. Deflected off the stick of Quinlan Riley, which served as the deflection stick that Lawler would have wanted to hit anyway. Great save from Higgins, and the offensive zone draw win. Or defensive zone draw win by Connetquot Sayville. Quinlan Riley chasing after Savalos. Savalos ahead to himself. Backhanded out of the zone by Nasta. And Lawler. Had a deke at the line, and that forced Healy offside. With 10:27 left in the second. Quinlan Riley to take the draw from Liam Healy. One forward by Riley. Maisie trying to nudge it along. Nasta banks it for Milo Maisie. Maisie, nice move to get around the defender. Maisie, a wrister over the net. Camastro backhands around for Lawler. Nicholas Lawler, 4 points tonight, 3 goals and an assist. Savalos cuts wide, drags, shot it over the net as Nasta came on over. Polidoro can't clear. Healy poked at by Laurel. Quinlan Riley for Nasta, streaking down the left wing side. Nicholas Nasta try to play it across to Polidoro, and just getting the skate in defensively was Michael Rainey. Savalos offsides are the Friars. Delayed offside still. And wide open for a break. It's Proscia. Proscia is in. Proscia denied by Urso. Second breakaway of the period for Connetquot Sayville, and they both come up empty. That was a bit odd from St. Anne's. Very clearly offsides, and it appeared all the players knew it, but none of them really made that much of an effort to get back onside, ultimately resulting in that breakaway chance. Urso again making the stop. Parolo takes it away. Drop pass and an alert poke check from Urso. Broke it up before Proscia could get there. And then swing and a miss from Scherer. Welter says, I'll be having that. Brings it across. Welter the shot, and getting the stick in was Rupert. Back to Welter. Welter drives middle. Shot Giacoppi is underneath John Higgins. .8:47 left, second period. Giacoppi to take the draw from Kuliber, won by Kuliber in the defensive zone. Turnover, shot by Aspromonte, missed wide. He chases down his own rebound, gave it away to Nasta, who sends around, held in by Trezera near side. Nasta once again will try the near side, and Welter in Parolo battle. Welter knocked from the puck. Keegan Riley knocked down by Giacopi behind the net. Welter, Aspromonte, Giacopi, and he missed. Had a wide open look in front of the net. What happened here? To go off the stick of Higgins. I think it does, and that's... Or did it hit the glove? I'm not too sure how that puck ended up in the netting, as Alec Giacopi could have bent down, untied his laces, tied him up again, and still had enough time to take that shot from right out in front of Higgins. Lead pass for Goldstein, and great stick from Camastro. Still ended up on the stick of Goldstein. Goldstein now, Maisie shot wide. Smart play from Maisie, following the loose puck, as Connetquot Sayville loading up the top unit. Quinlan Riley picks up the loose puck. Backhand shot off the side of the net. Back with Quinlan Riley. Quinlan Riley stuff in try, shut down by Urso with the right pad. Ensuing draw. Savalos not going to get there before it's an icing against the Friars. Faceoff comes back down ice to the left of Urso. 7:21 left here in the second period. Only goal of the period scored 10 seconds in. Goldstein shot blocked and couldn't quite repossess the puck. Camastro. Nasta comes over, breaks up the puck. Banks around for Maisie. Maisie stopped up at the far point by Leno. Goldstein with it. Goldstein out of the reach of Quinlan Riley. Picked up by Leno. Leno to Lawler. Lawler across ice, hoping for Savalos. Too far for him, and now Goldstein. Goldstein ran into by Camastro. Goldstein back with it. Lost it. Lawler with Savalos streaking to the net. Sauce for Savalos. Too far in front of him. Savalos down the near boards to Nicholas Lawler, who cuts middle. Checked by Goldstein. Played on across. Savalos spinning away from one. Backhand centering feed for Lawler. Good stick check by Quinlan Riley. Nicholas Nasta for Goldstein, followed up by Nasta. And the puck flutters down ice, no icing. Michael Rainey. Rainey to Welter. Kuliber checks him. Maisie comes on over. Kuliber creates the turnover. Now Goldstein drags, couldn't get around Pape, who sends up ice for Giacopi. Giacopi shot missed the net. Comes all the way back out. Goldstein on his horse. Goldstein gets there first. Goldstein stops on a dime in the corner. Centers one, hoping for Parolo, and it ends up in the pads of Urso. Max Goldstein. Doesn't matter the score, always putting in 100%. Just unable to get that pass across to the open Priolo. Under 5 to play, second period. Again, just the one goal for St. Anne's as opposed to the 5 in the first. Lone goal of the period scored by Sayville. There's number 2. It's Alec Giacoppi beating John Higgins. And the Friars' extra point is good. They lead at 7-0. 2-on-1 down low, and shot beats Higgins' blocker side. .444 left here in the middle period. Welter and Pape the assists on Giacoppi's goal. As that shot blockered away by Urso. Giacoppi with the puck here, battling Laurel. The pass deflects, ends up out of the, or into the netting, out of play. Giacoppi with the goal tonight. Up to 12 on the season for Alec Giacoppi. Healy to take the face-off, comes to Sayville. Sayville cuts wide, a wrist shot, and getting the glove on it was Higgins. Leno toes the line, fires with Healy set up in front. Big hit there from Kuhlber, knocked down Lawler, and Nasta scoops up the loose puck, skates up ice, has Parolo, and great defensive play made by Leno. Sayville got around Kuhlber. 4-on-1 the other way. Scherer, the lone player, back. And shot denied by Higgins. Rebound. Made the save as well. Shot from Healy. Another save made by Higgins. Excellent stops made by the T-Bird goaltender, John Higgins. Kuhlber picks up the loose puck. Dragged around one. Couldn't get around Savalos. 3-on-2 into the zone. Sharp angle try and a right pad stop made by Higgins this time, as he shut down Lawler. And now Goldstein with Priolo. Pass blocked by Leno. Another pass blocked as well, as Goldstein tried to feed it across to Priolo or Proscia. Thrown down ice, no icing. Keegan Riley intercepted at the line by Trezera. Savalos. Camastro. Shot glove save made by Higgins. He holds. With 2:32 left in the second period. Let's give St. Anthony's their 7th. Oh, I thought I did that earlier. My apologies. Would have been driving me crazy too. I understand. Don't worry. It's 7-zip Friars. On their way to their 13th victory of the year. Max Goldstein lost the handle of the puck. Goldstein leading all JV skaters in points and goals, as that shot gets through the glove side of Higgins and into the back of the net. Scored by Aspromonte, I do believe. It's 8-0 Friars. It is Aspromonte's goal. Anthony Aspromonte now on the season has 5 goals, his 11th point of the year. Quinlan Riley, one of the other scorers in the last time out these two teams played. 13-2 victory for the Friars. Intercepted. Giacoppi Shot blocked, eventually found its way through to Higgins, who seals up the rebound. Let's get our North Rink check-in. Sachem and Pat Med, Sachem wearing their gold jerseys, leading the Raiders 3-0, 3:30 to go in the first period. You could listen to that game as well. Call by Brady Campbell. My friend and one of the easiest people to troll. Just say anything negative about a team he cheers for. It's simply that easy. Though nothing negative to say about the Islanders, his hockey fan supporting side, as they rolled over. Show deflection. Great play by Maisie with the poke, just went wide. So I was talking about the Islanders and their 9-0 smattering of a night ago of the New Jersey Devils. Inside, outside. Showcasing the hand-eye, the mitts and all. Andrew Savalos. Cross and getting a stick in on was Laurel Aspromonte. Once more, it's Anthony or rather, that's Leno. To the point, Savalos got through, kicked away by the left pad of Higgins in the final moments here of the second period. One last shot goes wide, 8-0. The St. Anthony's Friars all over Connetquot Sayville. All that's left to do, I believe, for the T-Birds is try to get one. Will they get one? Third period on its way. We'll find out after this, listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Third period set to begin. With the 8-0 score, the clock will run. If Connetquot Sayville get a goal here to make it a 7-goal lead, the clock will stop. Perhaps the motivation for the T-Birds as they enter this final frame. Just get one. They've had a couple of decent chances in that second period to do so, including 2 breakaway opportunities. One for Priolo, one for Proscia. Neither of those breakaway opportunities converting. Kuliber, great lead pass on the tip of Goldstein. Goldstein gets around Camastro. Goldstein to the backhand. And coming over to make the play defensively, Aiden Pape, held in by Ruppert. Ruppert stopped at the line by Welter. Goldstein on his horse says, no breakaway for you, Welter. Takes the puck back, and he jets his way up ice, showcasing this elite speed of Max Goldstein. Priolo also ultimately couldn't Finesse one through. Great team defense from the Friars. Keegan Riley knocked over by the puck. Kuliber. Priolo unable to gather in the pass. Camastro backhands around. 5 goals in the first for the Friars, 3 in the second. 3 goals and an assist for Lawler. 4 points leading the way. 2 goals and an assist for Savalos. As Lawler near circle, monitored by Keegan Riley, threw it into the slot, and a save made by Giacoppi, or a save made on Giacoppi by Higgins. Giacoppi with a goal in the game. Higgins, despite the onslaught of grade A opportunities and shots, I thought has played well in between the pipes for the T-Birds. And it's just hard to match the firepower of St. Anthony's Friars. Year in, year out, the hockey program, a staple, along with the lacrosse program they provide. Turning out college athletes. Proscia off the drive up ice from Nasta, who I continue to say I think is having a great game for Connetquot Sayville. Nicholas Nasta. PatMed import. Quinlan Riley to take the draw from Giacoppi. Riley won it. Pass from Monty, took it away, and then a gorgeous hip check. Exactly how you draw it up there from Nasta. As I'm going to continue to sing his praises. Good move, rush up ice here from Haggerty. But his centering pass feed, hoping to get it over to Proscia. Intercepted, then an ugly turnover in the neutral zone. Good recovery for Quinlan Riley. Proscia knocked down as per Monty. Poked away by Nasta. Welter on back to Pape. Quinlan Riley getting a stick in the passing lane. And Goldstein. Sure, he's hungry for one. 25 goals on the season. And his pass ahead, he fanned on it, trying to get it ahead to Kuliber. Goldstein on the intercept. Breaks in. Goldstein shot as he was falling to the ice. Missed it high and wide. Keegan Riley calls off Scherer for the puck. Kuliber try to spin one on to Goldstein. Goldstein once more rushes in. Goldstein forced wide by Leno. Shot along the ice, sticked away by Urso. And all the way out of the zone, Lawler gonna win the foot race, but doesn't beat the puck to the goal line. It's an icing against St. Anthony's Friars. An update from the North Rink. So I check in with the PatMed and Sachem varsity game. It's Sachem leading the PatMed Raiders 4-0, 13-14 and counting left in the second period. Brady Campbell on the call, Paul Trentini on the camera in that varsity matchup. And that right off the skates of Rainey through the legs of Urso and wide. Dangling through few there. Savalos has looked crisp in his return to the ice. Priolo, who I thought also has had himself quite a game offensively for Connetquot Sayville. Nothing to show for it, obviously, with the 0 up on the board. Dangerous pass by Scherer. Nearly on the tape of Lawler. Taken back by Goldstein. Max Goldstein. Driving play on the backhand. Poked at by Savalos. Goldstein up on top of the net and back down. Goldstein still with that engine humming. Nasta wraps it around. Priolo there. And Kuliber off the glass to center. Keegan Riley able to hold it in the zone. Great keep in there for Keegan Riley. And now the puck pinned against the near boards. Kuliber, Goldstein, Rainey, and now Savalos out with the puck. Watched by Priolo. Priolo forces the turnover in behind. Just couldn't quite get it away from Rainey. Goldstein aggressive on the forecheck as well, but the puck flipped ahead and across to Lawler. Lawler shot getting the stick in. Keegan Riley, good hustle there from Riley not to give up on the play. And he hits Goldstein out of the zone. 3-on-2 over the blue line with Priolo and Kuliber. Head fake around Camastro. Goes around the net. Max Goldstein to Nasta. Nasta off the boards trying to get it to Goldstein. Just not enough mustard on the pass. Does take it away though from Rainey. And now angles it to Goldstein. Goldstein out in front. Kuliber wide with the shot. Great look in front by Kuliber on the feed from Goldstein. Take away from by Nasta. Nasta got around Camastro as Goldstein charging to the net. Nasta goes wide. Not on the same page with Goldstein in front. But Kuliber hits Goldstein. Goldstein circles, fires, glove save, Urso. Seven minutes remaining, third period. One of the best shifts of the game for Connetquot Sayville. But Chris Urso and the Friars still keep them off the board. Quinlan Riley. And a last-minute change up here is Polidoro returning to the bench. Goldstein comes right back out because there's a power play. And Lawler is in the box. So Maisie up the near boards to Nasta. Nasta able to spin away from that hit. Walks down the board. Shot blocker save made. Urso. As Nasta continues to have a great individual game on the back end for the T-Birds, but not able to find the back of the net. 30 seconds gone by on the Connetquot Sayville power play. Penalty against Aspromonte, or rather not Aspromonte. Who is that in the box? I believe it's Lawler. Hasn't updated on what. Nasta, who I've been singing the praises for, just ripped that one down ice. Under a minute to go on the power play. Here's my hot take for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. In running time situations. If you want, let me know what you guys think. But when there's a penalty taken by the team who's leading in the running time event, that penalty gets paused with the whistles. However, the clock continues to run, like the game clock. But the penalty clock is a full 2 minutes of game time, or of what it would be if it wasn't running clock. Not sure if I explained that well. I think you guys get it. Maisie's pass between the stick and body of Goldstein and out of the zone. Nasta unable to get around Aspromonte. Back on the stick of Max Goldstein. Motors on in. Goldstein on the backhand. Poked away by Pape and past the stick of Quinlan Riley and out of the zone. All the way down. It'll be an icing on St. Anne's because the power play has expired. power play, which still hasn't been updated in the system for what it was. Sure, they'll get around to it eventually. They have about 4 minutes, though, to do so. It's 8-zip Friars on their way to 13-1. And once again being 3 points clear of Smithtown Hauppauge JV Red in the JV standings. Flipped over the net. T-Birds, in all likelihood, 3 minutes, 30 seconds away from dropping to 5-9-1 on the year. Will remain 1 point clear of Sachem for the final playoff spot. They beat Sachem head-to-head back on October the 19th. Will play Sachem again in 2 weeks on January 28th, in which should be an epic matchup that will likely decide who gets in and who is out of the playoffs in the JV division, so long as Northport Huntington don't have anything to say about it, as Northport Huntington still very much in the mix for that last playoff spot they currently find themselves. 4 points back of Connetquot Sayville. Pardon me, they find themselves 3 points back of Connetquot Sayville. It's a breakaway goal scored by Savalos. It was a thing of beauty. Forehand, backhand finish for Savalos. It's a hat-trick goal as well for Andrew Savalos, capping off a 4-point night. And an emphatic return to the lineup for Savalos. Again, still looking for one, just one. They've got 1:39 and counting to go to make it happen. Nasta, shot wide. Maisie, Priolo across, nobody home. Off the ricochet, Nasta, trying to play it back to Goldstein. Puck pops up in the air, scooped up by Aspromonte. Maisie getting back, recollects after Max Goldstein poked it from him. Intercepted by Nasta. Nasta dekes at the line. Nasta makes another move. Nasta, nice little fake, puts it in front, just out of the reach of Goldstein on the backhand. Goldstein right back on the loose puck. Coughed it up. Welter, shot, pad save made by Higgins in the final minute now of regulation time. Priolo with Goldstein. Priolo. Now Goldstein. Shot on. It's stopped by Urso. Final 30 seconds and counting. Frustrating night for Goldstein and company. Held off the scoreboard. Have had some chances as here's a shot, save, rebound, they score! They would not be shut out. And that's how the game will end. So something positive to take from it here for Connetquot Sayville. And yeah, frustrated is Urso, is just moments away from collecting a shutout. It's ended by Milo Maisie, assisted by Quinlan Riley, and Max Goldstein also getting an assist on the goal. And they'll immediately go from celebrating the goal to shaking hands at center ice as we come to a close. (9-1) your final in favor of the Friars. They were in full control from start to finish. And impressive nights from Nicholas Lawler and Andrew Savalos with 4 points each also with a hat trick and 1 assist. And again, on the Connetquot Sayville side of things, just outgunned by the Friars, but I thought Nasta had himself a game. Higgins on the back end, or in the goal rather. Priolo, I thought, did a good job as well offensively. But ultimately, too much to handle are the Friars. They'll take it 9-1 over Connetquot Sayville. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. On behalf of our camera operator, Rowan Laddick, I'm Ryan Brownigan saying so long. Till next time, have a good one.